Welcome to our show, Hong Kong Brief. Today, we kick things off with the latest on Hong Kong stock market, which has taken another hit, erasing the gains from last week as investors express their frustration over the lack of clear economic support from Beijing. The Hang Seng Index dipped by 0.3%, while tech stocks also faced declines, creating a tense atmosphere in the market. Next, we shift gears to the fashion scene where independent shoe designers are making waves. With a growing preference for styles that resonate with personal identity, brands like Monde, Beryl, and Mach are stepping into the limelight. These innovative designers are focusing on comfort and sustainability, appealing to the eco-conscious Gen Z shoppers who crave exclusivity and unique aesthetics. Finally, we spotlight Hong Kong footballer Tsui Wang-kit, who is gearing up for an important match against Guam in the EAFF Championship qualifying final. Despite the pressure, Tsui emphasizes the need to respect their opponents and is determined to lead his team to victory. His positive mindset and commitment to improvement shine through as he prepares for this critical clash. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage. South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong's stock market is experiencing a downturn for the second consecutive day, wiping out all gains achieved last week. The Hang Seng Index saw a slight decline of 0.3%, reflecting investor disappointment following a key Chinese economic policy meeting that offered little in the way of concrete support measures. Major stocks, such as China Resources Beer and Alibaba, faced declines as traders expressed skepticism about the government's ability to stimulate growth. In contrast, mainland markets showed some resilience, with the CSI 300 index rising by 0.8%. The overall sentiment remains cautious as traders await clearer signals from Beijing. In a shift away from established luxury brands, the South China Morning Post highlights the emergence of independent shoe designers who are capturing the attention of fashion enthusiasts. Stylist Kim Bui-Collar notes a transformation in consumer behavior, where women are selecting shoes that reflect their personal style rather than conforming to a singular trend. Notable brands like Monde, Beryl, and Mach are gaining traction with their unique designs, catering to the modern woman's lifestyle while emphasizing comfort and sustainability. The article also emphasizes the rising popularity of brands like Sarka, which focuses on eco-conscious production methods, appealing to the younger generation's values. In the realm of sports, South China Morning Post shares the story of Hong Kong footballer Tsui Wang-kit, who is determined to give respect to Guam in their upcoming crucial match for the East Asian Football Federation Championship. After scoring a pivotal goal against Chinese Taipei, Tsui emphasizes the importance of treating all opponents seriously, regardless of their rankings. His journey has been marked by challenges, including injuries that sidelined him from the Asian Cup. Now, as he prepares for this decisive clash, Tsui's confidence has grown through his experiences in the Chinese league, and he is eager to contribute to his team's success while showcasing his skills on a bigger stage. South China Morning Post reports on a heartwarming Christmas-themed workshop held for underprivileged secondary school students in Hong Kong. Organized by the charity Kids for Kids and sponsored by Nina Hospitality, around 20 students decorated cupcakes and pastries, bringing festive cheer to their lives. The event, which took place at Nina Hotel Tsuen Wan West, included a buffet lunch and aimed to empower children from ethnic minority backgrounds. Participants shared their joy, with Arsam Saburi expressing how the experience was fun and a great way to give back to the community, while Orson Kwa found the event festive and uplifting. This workshop is part of Operation Santa Claus, a charity initiative that has raised millions for local causes since its inception. In another article, the South China Morning Post highlights the launch of the first direct high-speed rail service connecting Paris and Berlin, responding to the growing demand for train travel in Europe. The inaugural German IC train, which departed from Paris on December 16, took nearly 8 hours for the 1,100-kilometer journey, a stark contrast to China's high-speed trains that cover similar distances in less than half that time. Despite the longer travel time, the new service has seen an impressive occupancy rate of over 80%, as travelers appreciate the comfort and convenience of train travel over flying, especially with the added environmental benefits. Passengers like Leah Bader noted the ease of traveling with larger items, such as musical instruments, without the hassle of extra airline fees. The South China Morning Post also examines Macau's economic diversification efforts 25 years after its return to Chinese administration. The city, long dominated by its gaming industry, is now seeing a shift towards a concert economy, with major events like Jackie Chung's recent concert tour boosting local tourism and revenue. As the new administration takes charge, there are calls to further reduce reliance on casinos by promoting cultural and artistic events. The outgoing leader emphasized the importance of developing non-gaming sectors, while experts question the sustainability of these efforts. With a growing number of visitors and initiatives to connect with Portuguese-speaking markets, Macau faces the challenge of balancing its traditional gaming roots with a more diversified economic future. South China Morning Post reports that China's integrated circuit, IC, output saw a year-on-year increase of 8.7% in November, reaching 37.6 billion units, although this growth marks a slowdown in the face of escalating tensions in the US-China tech war. The National Bureau of Statistics indicated that for the first time in 2023, the growth rate of IC output has fallen into single digits. Amidst tightening U.S. restrictions on chip exports and increased scrutiny on Chinese firms, Beijing has initiated an antitrust investigation into NVIDIA. Despite these challenges, demand for semiconductors remains robust, particularly in the robotics and electric vehicle sectors, with significant increases in production noted. Additionally, imports of IC surged 14.8% this year as companies stockpile components in anticipation of further sanctions. In another piece, South China Morning Post introduces Ronnie Chang, a Malaysian comedian known for his role on The Daily Show, and his wife Hannah Pham. Chang, who recently voiced his frustrations regarding Trump voters on Jimmy Kimmel Live, is also preparing to release a new stand-up special on Netflix. His wife, Hannah, is a highly educated lawyer and now serves as his executive producer. Born to Vietnamese refugees, she completed her law degree in Melbourne and later earned a master's from NYU. Their love story began at university, leading to multiple wedding ceremonies across different cities, showcasing their commitment to each other as they navigate their respective careers in the entertainment industry. Lastly, the South China Morning Post covers the recent health concerns of NFL star Randy Moss, who disclosed his battle with bile duct cancer during an Instagram Live session. This announcement followed a wave of speculation fueled by a social media post from Larry Fitzgerald Sr. that suggested Moss had cancer. Thaddeus Moss, Randy's son, expressed his outrage at the public speculation, calling it disgusting, and emphasized that his father would address his health when ready. Thaddeus, who has pursued a career in football himself, has played at various levels, including a stint in the NFL, and now promotes a recruiting platform for aspiring athletes. He reflects on the duality of having a famous father, recognizing both the advantages and pressures that come with the Moss name. Nikkei Asia highlights the shifting economic landscape in China, particularly under Xi Jinping's leadership, where the notion of wealth is increasingly viewed with skepticism. Colin Huang, the founder of Pinduoduo, exemplifies this change. After being named China's richest person, he took drastic steps to lower his wealth, reflecting the government's push for common prosperity. The Chinese government has struggled with confidence from both entrepreneurs and investors, as evidenced by ineffective stimulus measures that fail to address underlying demand issues. Recent policies from the Politburo signal a shift towards more proactive measures aimed at boosting domestic demand and consumption, but analysts remain cautious about whether these efforts will restore confidence in a market heavily influenced by government preferences. The Guardian discusses the implications of Prince Andrew's connections to China, particularly through the lens of espionage and political influence. As the UK-China relationship deteriorates, incidents involving Chinese operatives and the UK government have intensified scrutiny over Chinese influence in Britain. Charles Parton notes that Andrew's associations may inadvertently highlight the broader risks posed by China, as seen in various espionage cases and the growing concerns of the UK intelligence community regarding China's hegemonic ambitions. The case of businessman Yang Tingbua, linked to Andrew, underscores the complexities of political relationships and the potential for covert influence, raising alarm about how such connections could be leveraged against the UK in times of conflict. South China Morning Post introduces Kate Johnson, the niece of Hollywood stars Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, as a rising star in her own right. At just 19, Kate has already made appearances at high-profile events, showcasing her family's deep ties to the entertainment industry. With parents Robin Lively and Bart Johnson both accomplished actors, Kate is navigating her freshman year of college while maintaining a relatively low profile. Notably, she has been spotted at glamorous occasions with her famous aunt, including a Tiffany & Company launch and a Marvel premiere, reflecting a close-knit family dynamic. Despite her celebrity connections, Kate remains grounded, often sharing heartfelt moments with her mother and enjoying a lifestyle filled with travel and adventure. The Sydney Morning Herald reports that U.S. stock markets are showing signs of stability as investors await the Federal Reserve's upcoming interest rate decision. The S&P 500 saw a slight increase, recovering from its first losing week in 4, while the Dow Jones and Nasdaq also edged up. Notably, MicroStrategy's stock surged due to the soaring price of Bitcoin, which has reached a staggering $107,000, marking a significant increase from earlier this year. The anticipation surrounding the Fed's meeting this Wednesday is palpable, as expectations lean towards a third consecutive rate cut aimed at revitalizing the job market amidst persistent inflation concerns. Traders are speculating on the potential for additional cuts in the upcoming year, which has contributed to the S&P 500's impressive performance this year. The South China Morning Post highlights a troubling trend in Hong Kong, where police have issued warnings about scams proliferating on the online platform Carousel. In the first 10 months of the year, the city recorded 644 cases of online shopping fraud, resulting in losses exceeding 36 million Hong Kong dollars. Chief Inspector Felton Leung noted that scammers are increasingly targeting sellers' bank details rather than specific goods, leading to more significant financial losses. The rise in online shopping fraud correlates with a broader increase in e-commerce activity, as more residents turn to online platforms for their purchases. The police urged caution, particularly in light of sophisticated tactics employed by fraudsters, including fake payment confirmations that ultimately compromise victims' banking information. In a fascinating discovery reported by the South China Morning Post, 2 Hong Kong tourists stumbled upon 6 dinosaur egg fossils while exploring a park in Guangdong province. The tourists, who initially set out to study red sandstone landforms, were taken by surprise when they identified rocks resembling dinosaur eggs. Their find was confirmed by researchers at a local institute, who noted that the eggs, measuring between 5 centimeters and 9 centimeters in length, were part of a nest. This area, known for its rich dinosaur fossil history, has yielded over 20,000 dinosaur egg fossils to date. Experts are now conducting further analysis to determine the specific species of the eggs, adding to the excitement of this unexpected encounter with prehistoric history. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
News breaks, buzz the ground, stories spin, walls come down, voices merge in the sound, faces mix in the crowd, broadcasters paint the scene, world events on our screen, every link a different theme, words collide in the stream, 6 degrees connect the dots, background stories more than us. Hear the voices rise aloft, truth unveils in every spot, cultures clash across the globe, spin the threads in a strobe, every story wears a robe, truth and lies in their code, journalists dig real deep, secrets out, they don't sleep, every angle they will keep. In the news we take a leap, new perspectives day by day, hidden truths come to play, in the background shades of gray.